All right, so welcome to class. Let's begin seated or kneeling, whatever feels more comfortable. And we're just going to take an opportunity here to close the eyes, go inward, and connect to the breath. So you could rest your hands on your thighs, on your lap, whatever feels most comfortable. But as you close your eyes, start to sense the sensations in your body. Particularly the sensation of the breath in the body. And instead of trying to pull breath or increase breath, length, etc., think of your body being breathed. And as you relax, allow more space for the breath. And as the breath goes out, allow the breath to fully go out. Then open the eyes, but still keep your focus inward on your breath and your sensations. Come into child's pose. Come up onto your hands and your knees. Come into cat-cow, round your back. Spread through your shoulder blades. Press the floor down. Inhale into extension. Exhale to round the spine. Inhale into extension. Exhale to round. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Now this dog, walk your hands back to your feet. Clasp your hands behind your back, or if your shoulders are tight, you have a little strap or towel you could use. Let the head drop as you stretch your arms. Now take your feet shoulder distance apart. With your toes turned out slightly, drop your buttocks to your heels. Maybe you can keep your heels down. If not, you can wedge something underneath your heels or let them lift. As you lift your belly, raise your arms up. Try to lift up out of your spine, even if you have to come out of the squat a little. Then drop your hips, clasp your hands, and reach the knuckles up and over, or use the strap or the towel again. Drop your hips, lift your arms up. Try to get your heart to tip up, lift up through your T-spine. Then drop your head. Reach arms back up and over. Last round. Drop your hips. Lift your arms up. And lift hips. Clasp hands and reach over. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And let it out. Just see how much more you can relax on the exhalation. Release your hands down to the mat and walk yourself out into dog pose. Dog, press down through your left foot as you raise your right leg up and inhale. Exhale, bring your knee to your chest. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale to your right armpit. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale to your left elbow or armpit. Inhale, back up. Exhale, step your foot up to your thumb. Drop your back knee in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend your elbows. Roll the elbows down as you contract your back muscles, lift your heart. Inhale, arms up, look up and join your palms. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, left elbow, armpit. Inhale, back up. Exhale, to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, step your foot up. Lower your back knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pull the elbows, squeeze, engage your back muscles, a little back bend in your upper back. Inhale, arms back up, look up, join your palms. Bring hands down to the mat, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower down slowly to elbow height. Pause there. Engage your core and lift up. Lower 1 inch above the mat. Lift to elbow height. Lower 1 inch above the mat. Press up. Push the ground away, spread the blades. Lower to elbow height. Come up. Lower 1 inch above the mat. Hover. Up to elbow height. 1 inch above. Press all the way up. Lower down to your belly. Clasp your hands behind your back or use the strap or towel. And as you inhale, roll your chest open. Roll the fronts of the shoulders open and turn your elbows towards each other. You're trying to squeeze the elbows towards each other on your back. Lift your legs up an inch. And slide your hands next to your chest. Roll into up dog or cobra. Stretch back to down dog. Step or hop to the top. Inhale, come up halfway and lengthen your spine. Exhale, adjust the shorts and fold forward. Good. After you've got the clothing situated, sit your hips into chair and raise your arms up. You have to get a next size up pretty soon here. Come all the way up to stand. Samasthiti. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, get length. Exhale, step back and lower Chaturanga, knees down or legs straight, up to you. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reconnect to your breath. Then step your right foot up to your right thumb. Ground through your heel and inhale, come up into crescent lunge. Exhale, hands back down to the mat. Step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot for crescent lunge. Heel and outer hip. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Look between your hands and step or hop to the front. Inhale, get length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Stand, Samastiti. Inhale, come back into chair pose. Then cross your left leg up and over your right, and your left elbow under your right. Now, as a beginning student in a balance pose, I would encourage you to fix your gaze on one point straight ahead. But as a more advanced student, I would like you to take in the whole 180 degrees in front of you. So you can let the eyes settle straight ahead, but instead of having a focused gaze, allow the peripheral vision. And just notice if it creates a more meditative and calming sensation. If it's too difficult to balance like that, you'll have to go back to the fixed staring. Now from here, uncross your leg and come into Warrior 3. Then lean your chest a bit closer to the ground as you set your fingertips down, block your floor, rotate your chest and take your right arm up. Bend your right knee. Step into the upright crescent twist. So both arms come up. You're in the lunge. Then bend the back knee deeply or set it down as you take reverse crescent. Bring both hands to the ground. Step back, vinyasa. Or you can just stretch right into dog, your call. Now adding on, look forward, step or float up. In a squat position, with your knees together, soften your belly towards your spine, make space, and walk your hands around to the left. You can hold here, or you can try to sneak your knee way up by your armpit, lean into your hands, and maybe balance. We're just going to hold here for 5 minutes. Set your feet back down, come back into a squat position. And then straighten your legs and fold forward. Roll yourself up. Stand Samasthiti. Inhale, Utkatasana. Cross your right leg up and over your left. Right elbow under. So the more peripheral gaze, I would argue, helps to increase our proprioception, our sense of our body in space. We can feel more of the body in space when we practice the more subtle dristi. Uncross the leg and tip into Warrior 3. Start to rotate your chest as you lean a bit closer to the ground to set the fingertips down. Find elongation through your spine as you turn and take your arm up. And then bend your knee, slide back into the crescent twist. And you can keep your knee off the ground or tap down and reach into reverse crescent. And then bring both hands down, step back, vinyasa, just go right back into down dog. Step or hop to the front. And prepare for the second side, for side crow. So make space by turning your belly. See if you can hook the knee way up by the armpit. Then I'll show you a little trick. Before I go to load my weight, I kind of shift my heels up and over to the left a bit so I can start to load the left arm better. Then come into your squat. Sit onto your buttock. And come into Navasana. Lower into Ardha Navasana. And come back up. It's been a while since we just did a classic Navasana to Ardha Navasana. Now cross your legs, hands next to your hips, lift your buttock, maybe your feet too. Lower your buttock back down. Ardha Navasana. Come back up. Change the cross of your legs. Pick up, buttocks, maybe feet. Set back down, Navasana. The upright one. Ardha. Back up. Cross your legs. Pick up. Lower down. Roll onto your back and reach your arms overhead. Oh my gosh. Whew. Roll back up. Stretch your legs out, reach up, and reach past your toes. And just see how much flexion you can get there. And then come back up. Hands next to your thighs. See how high you can lift your legs up. And hold. Good. Lower your legs down. Pick up and jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're going to do puppy dog pose now. So with the hips stacked over the knees, start to slide your chest towards the ground. And then come back up. And step your right foot forward, left knee down. Hold there or reach back with your hand for your foot or your ankle. We've done the variation with the shin against the wall, which you might find gives you a better stretch. So if that one works better for you, go for that one. Release and change legs. Release that, come to kneeling, and take Supta Virasana. So phase 1, you could just come up onto the hands. Phase 2, you could go onto the elbows, or you could back bend with a block in your upper back, whatever feels like it gives you the best sensation. But in this one, I want you to really focus, instead of hinging from your back, like we practice in handstands, stretch up through the front of the pelvis, like you're trying to extract length through the quads, through the hip flexors, and then through the belly to start to open up. And if it just looks like this the whole time, that's fine too. If it's too much on your knees, you can do this from reverse plank with your feet down. Then come back up, lie on your belly, clasp your ankles, and if you have a history of a lower back history, then you can just stay down and work on stretching your quads here as you lengthen your spine. If you got a fine lower back situation, then you can start to roll yourself up. Then lower yourself down. Roll into upward facing. And stretch back to downward facing. Lie down onto your back. And prepare for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Lift up into bridge pose. And hold here for 5 breaths. Or position your hands and lift up. Now, if positioning your hands is difficult, phase 1, just work on rolling the elbow in and holding the stretch here. You could do that one arm then the other. Lower yourself down and take a breath, depending on which one you're doing. And then go back up. Now, if you're working on bridge, you can't go all the way up yet. You can practice turning the elbows in, lifting up onto your head for a breath, and then lifting the head off of the mat, turning the elbows in, and lowering back down. Last one, lift back up, bridge, Urdhva, phase 1, 2, or 3, your call. Good, then lower yourself down. Open your arms out to the side. Cross your left knee over your right. Shift the hips over to the left a little bit and let your knees fall over to the right. Come back to center and change the cross of your legs. Hips over to the right, knees to the left. Come back to center, lie down onto your back. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for class today. If you'd like to finish with a 5-minute guided Shavasana, then you can click this link over here. If you'd like to finish with a 5-minute silent Shavasana, you can click this link here. Shavasana is the most important part of your practice, so I recommend that you finish with that. I'll see you next time.